Thank you, Colleen. First, I want to say that the land on which we live and work has been home to so many peoples. This land is a traditional territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe people. The Algonquin people have lived on this land since time immemorial. We are grateful to have the opportunity to be present in this territory and to strive to make its resources shared more equitably with the traditional Anishinaabe keepers of this land. There is a beautiful and unique farm across the road, known as the farm during Kemptville College years. This is a place where crops were grown and tested on various parcels of good land. It's also the place where all the agriculture and machinery buildings are and was a beehive of activity. It has fertile land, class 2 and 3 fields, with fertility levels that were carefully maintained by the college agronomists. We do not have a lot of class 2 and 3 farmland in North Grenville. It is a precious resource. It has all kinds of barns, stables, outbuildings, even an arena, the AM Bar Arena, site of so many farm shows, competitions, and fairs. I remember the annual Kemptville Medieval Festival with period costumes, jousting on magnificent horses, archery contests. That's where I saw my first knight in shining armor, a sight to behold. The RCMP musical ride came to the arena, which of course hosted many horse shows. There is nowhere else to get that kind of entertainment in this area. The bar arena is a major asset for agri-tourism in North Grenville, much better than a prison. It's in fact smack in the middle of where the proposed prison would go. I say we need those buildings, we need the arena, save the farm. Speaking of horses, there are not one but 2 horse barns or stables on the farm across the road. The facilities are there to teach horseback riding, offer trail rides, and therapeutic work with horses, another major asset of that property. I say we want the stables, save the farm. The provincial government wants to bulldoze and pave those highly useful lands and buildings to make way for a prison. Isn't that a shame? I walked those fields last summer. I saw lush forages growing, perfect for dairy animals and artisan cheese production. People being employed to grow crops, raise dairy goats, and make delicious cheese. Those jobs are far more desirable than jobs in a prison. Would you agree? I walked among those farm buildings last summer. I saw every type of barn, outbuildings, and sheds that a farmer just starting out could wish for. Enough for half a dozen farm businesses. This is the type of economic development we want to see in North Grenville, is it not? The available buildings on that farm are essential infrastructure that does not exist elsewhere on Kemptville campus lands and are already all paid for with taxpayers' money. These buildings make it possible to plan and carry out community-driven agriculture and associated initiatives on the campus side as well. All these campus lands, about 180 acres of farmland that are presently in limbo, where no agriculture or community garden project has been initiated since the municipality acquired those lands. There is no talk and no money, given the cost of building these days, to build barns and outbuildings on the campus side. This is another reason why all the buildings on the farm across the road are so important and necessary. I say we want the farm. Save the farm. We have a perfect marriage there between the base for a farmland bank and barns and outbuildings for a new generation of farmers who need access to small and affordable acreages. The existing combination of land and buildings could support various startup projects in animal, fruit, and vegetable production. Who would not want to see a pick-your-own strawberry operation across the road, market and community gardens, therapeutic work with horses, animals grazing on lush pastures, far preferable to a large prison, wouldn't you say? This province loses something like 175 acres of farmland a day, the equivalent of the farm across the road. Do we want to be one of those statistics? That's what the provincial government wants to do here. I think it's shameful. The wanton destruction of the farm across the road is unwarranted and shameful, a total waste of resources already paid for by taxpayers and that we really need. It's also more than an opportunity to increase local food production, jobs, and artisan specialties. It's also a necessity. We need to preserve its green spaces for the well-being of our citizens. We needed to mitigate the consequences of climate change in our municipality and to provide insurance against food shortages in uncertain times. We need to preserve this essential agricultural resource for generations to come. Thank you for your attention.